Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also
Welcome back to Midwest Brouhaha 2015, the 6th annual Midwest Brouhaha. My name is Wilhelm Screen.
I'm NBD.
We are going to be here broadcasting this game between the North Star Roller Girls Supernovas of Minneapolis and the Ann Arbor Derby Dames Brawlstars. Good contest set up between these two teams. Supernovas in a close bout last night, losing by 5 in the final jam. Brawlstars, this is our second game of the day.
But they won big this morning, 285 to 181 this morning. So
yeah, we'll see what comes out of this contest.
Hopefully they're riding high on that.
Well, we're going to quick run through the roster. We're going to start with the Supernovas. Number 101, Giggity Giggity. Number 11, Pop Roxy. Number 12, Rosalind Shanklin. 1300, Katarina Hit. Number 15, Gigi Wiz. 19, Slash a Vein for you. 245, Stabby Cat. 314, Rude Barb. 37, Miso Ornery. 44, Jackalope. 58, Salty Maud. Number 99, Ida Killer. Number M5, Myth Busty. And 157, She Coli.
For the Ann Arbor Derby Dimes, we've got number 10, Bex. We have 1111, Leslie Arnez. We have 187, Slamlet. 22, Track Magic. 24, Jadzia Smacks. 3, Lethal Bow Peep. Number 4, Michelle Obama. 404, Samuel L. Jackson. 62, Fracture Mechanics. 63, Jackie O'Bashes. 69, Lucille Baller. 811, Tiramisu. 84, Dr. Mamesu. 886, Strawberries and Scream. And 90. And that's all. We've got it underway in Jam 1.
Yeah, taking off from the notorious RED Jam line was Leslie Arnaz and Ida Kilder. Leslie Arnaz picking up lead. Jammer, quick 4 points called off. Ann Arbor draws first blood. The Brawlstars jumping out to a 4-0 lead with 29:15 left in the first half.
Looking good. Looks like everybody's at full strength still. And we've got it started off with Track Magic for the Brawlstars. And for North Star, 1157 is She Coli. Ann Arbor edging through, getting pushed to the inside. Both jammers getting pushed to the inside. Ann Arbor says, I'm going to go back, try it again. Supernovas a little bit up front, but she's having some problems with a full pack of Ann Arbor.
And dancing on the inside line is number 22, Track Magic, picking up lead jammer status, second jam in a row that Ann Arbor has nailed lead. Shikolai out of the pack very quickly thereafter, catches up Track Magic, forcing the early call-off. Score still stands 4-0. And we are bringing you Brouhaha 2015 live. If you are watching, open up your Twitter tab, open up Facebook, Instagram. Send us pictures and commentary at the hashtag Brouhaha 2015. Let's see if we can get this trending in China.
Yeah, trending in China. We've got Bex, number 10, jamming for the Brawlstars. And it looks like we have,
that is 101 Giggity Giggity jamming for the North Stars.
Ann Arbor out first, looking to score. North Star still stuck in the pack. Struggling a little bit at the top.
And Giggity has actually passed the star now. It's in the hands of Katarina Hit, the pivot. Katarina still being pinned back, however, in the Brawl Stars wall. 4 points picked up by Ann Arbor, calling off the jam. They could have let that go a little longer. The North Star jammer had never completed the initial pass. Either way, the result...
not sure why they called that off so fast.
Yeah, the result now 8-0. 3 minutes gone. Low scoring game so far, still very close. Only a couple of 4-point jams.
Interesting start on the jammer line. Oh, or not. Now the whistle. Now the jammers are off. That is Samuel L. Jackson for the Brawlstars, and we have Ida Kilder for the Supernovas. Ann Arbor up at the top, and she is lead jammer.
Well, looks like the Supernovas losing the services of Mythbusty in the defense thanks to a multiplayer block call. Ann Arbor has not yet failed to achieve lead jammer status. Samuel L. Jackson is keeping that train rolling. Picks up
calls it off with
3 points.
3
points on the board, 11-0. North Star still staring at a goose egg. 4 minutes gone thus far.
North Star having a close loss last night, looking for a big win. Needs to nail it down. Get it going. Let's
Set
see.
up on the jam line. We've got Tiramisu, number 811 in white, and in green is number 1300, Katarina Hit. Katarina catching a whip off of Slash of Vainfory, but runs into the back of the Brawl Stars wall and pushed towards the corner. The Supernovas trying to hold back Tiramisu.
Both
one left to beat. Tiramisu tangling with Misa Ornery, getting around, and once again, Brawl Stars grabbing lead jammer status. The Supernovas just not having a lot of luck getting their jammer through quite yet.
No, they're not. 5 straight lead jams. It's got to feel good for Ann Arbor. North Star is still struggling with that purple wall of Ann Arbor. Going into turn 4. Can she get through? Can she stretch him out enough to get the split pack call?
Slash of Vainfory on her way. Slash of Vainfory is on the way to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Those are some tough packs out there. Tiramisu finally out. Is that a grand slam? A Rydell grand slam.
Quick 5, well, not a quick 5 points, a hard fought 5 points. Katarina Hit not having much luck. She is now past the start. It's in the hands of Shikolai. Kolai in the inactive jammer Tiramisu.
Calling it off from the ground. She took a spill and said, that's good. I'm good with that.
Looks like they're trying to determine if she picked up any more points. 4 more points picked up. That's going to put the score 20-0.
North Star still looking for blood.
At this point, North Star still looking for an answer to get through the pack. They have not yet succeeded.
Having some struggles. Ann Arbor just really putting up a solid wall. They look like they've got a hive mind out there. They're not splitting up. And Ann Arbor, lead jammer again. That's 6 straight lead jammers for Ann Arbor.
This one picked up by Leslie Arnaz. Now Ida Kilder trying to chase her down, trying to force the issue. Ann Arbor holding the back of the pack, North Star with the front of the pack. Leslie Arnaz realizing the situation was probably going to yield to North Star breaking that goose egg. Wise call off.
Definitely a wise call off. Sometimes it's hard to do when you want those points, but better than not making the call. Let's see, we've got on the notorious RED Jammer line, we have Track Magic for the Brawlstars and She Coli for the Supernovas.
And Track Magic trying to bounce inside, outside. She
bouncing.
Coli looking for the same option. Coli finds an opening on the inside around the apex.
North Star lead jammer for She Coli.
And not only is she lead jammer, she's also on a Socket to Me power jam thanks to a back block call being assessed to Track Magic.
Ooh.
That is going to be an opportunity for North Stars to claw their way back in. It's only 20 points, but you know, with not having anything, they need to get the momentum needs to be on their side.
For sure.
Coli being slowed down at the front by Slamlet and Lethal Bo Peep.
She's got the Potawatomi Hotel, and she's got the Right Out Skates Grand Slam and calls it off so that Ann Arbor is forced to start with their jammer in the penalty box. That's the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
We have a lot of sponsors here at Brouhaha 2015.
It takes a village, right?
It takes many villages to put on an event that's done this well, and we got a big thank you to the Brew City Bruisers and the Milwaukee Blitzkrieg for hosting this event.
They do a lot of great work. This tournament has taken a long time to, I think, be successful. All right, another lead jammer for North Star. Looking good. That is Katarina Hit. Looking to score.
Track
Pushing her way through.
Track Magic out of the penalty box. Is out skating free, completing her initial pass through the pack. Katarina Hit.
All right. I think that should be all four for Katarina Hit.
To make the score 20-9. Just about 9 minutes gone.
You know, jam by jam, point by point, it's anybody's game. All the time in roller derby.
And we did see earlier where a whistle kind of threw the skaters. For those that have never been to Brouhaha before, the two tracks are separated literally by a curtain.
I know, it's crazy.
So there's going to be whistles blowing all over the place.
Earlier in the Blitzkrieg game, there was definitely people were just leaving the track because they thought it was called off. And their coaches had to be like, it's still on.
Yeah, it's crucial importance to watch the officials. We'll see what happens with the officials this particular go-around as we've got Bex jamming against Jackalope. Bex grabbing lead jammer status, breaking a short little two-jammer streak.
She's about to hit the pack. And she is through.
A small pack.
That is a Right Out Skates Grand Slam for Bex.
It's a small pack for the Supernovas. Only Rosalind Shanklin and Ida Kilder on the track right now. Supernovas have sent a couple of blockers into the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Supernovas having problems getting through the pack right now, and Bex getting her second Grand Slam and coming around for a third scoring pass.
And it just got a little worse for the Supernovas. A back block call being assessed to Jackalope. That is going to create more opportunity for Bex. She's already picked up 15 in this jam, and she is hungry for more.
Making it look easy out there right now.
Until she runs into Rosalind Shanklin, who throws a hip in her way right at the apex, dropping her to the infield.
She gets recycled to the back, but she is already scooting towards the top. Supernovas, full pack though. Everybody's on her. They don't have anybody else to worry about right now.
Ida Kilder standing Bex up along with Stabby Cat at the front of the pack. Good bridging.
Yeah, fabulous bridging.
That was Gigi Wiz and Rosalind Shanklin really stretching out the bridge. And an illegal procedure call now being assessed against Jackalope.
Oh no.
That is going to just make things that much worse.
This is not what the Supernovas need, but I know that the Brawlstars are loving it. And Bex calls it off as she gets pushed to the outside.
Big 23-point jam for Bex. That's going to put 43-9, the current score. 18 minutes, 40 seconds, and there is a team timeout being called by the North Stars, the Supernovas. They want to regroup. They want to.
I would want to regroup too.
They just want to calm down a little bit. You know, they had that very tense game last night.
Right. It's hard to shake off.
And they are playing a team that already played once and had a big win. So Brawlstars probably coming in on a good high.
Right.
Supernovas just need to figure it out their game, figure out what they can do. And something we'll be keeping an eye on throughout the game is how is the endurance going to play into Brawlstars' second hour-long game. Are they going to start fading off at the end of it, and will the Supernovas be able to kind of get back in just by having a little bit better endurance?
That's possible.
And not having played as recently.
Right.
This team timeout brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of Wisconsin. Dr. Eric Peifel of the Orthopedic Institute of Wisconsin and MOSH wishes you a safe brouhaha weekend. We're here for all your injuries on and off the track. Contact us at theorthoinstitute.com.
I've seen Dr. Peifel for injuries, and he's great. Orthopedic Institute is a great place to go, and he's here. I saw him earlier, keeping an eye on things. Let's see, who do we have? We have Jackalope for North Star and Samuel L. Jackson. I'm going to have problems with that one every time.
Samuel L. Jackson finishing off the ride of the Socket Toomey Power Jam. Does pick up lead jammer status.
Jackalope out of the box. Struggling with this big purple pack. Both teams full strength right now. Brawlstars getting recycled way back.
And Jurisprudence trying to step up and help Jackalope get through, then needed to return to her wall to slow down Samuel L. Jackson.
That pack is barely moving. They are glued together right now. And there is a star pass. Jackalope has passed the star. And that's to Katarina Hitt. She's trying to get some distance from the pack, and she puts that star on.
And Katarina Hitt.
Some penalties. Some Brawlstars going to the box.
Katarina Hitt a physical jammer when she needs to be, and she just lowered the boom a couple times to fight her way through the pack. Looks like a total of 5 points in that jam for the Brawlstars. That's going to make the score 48-9. 17 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half.
All right, who do we have lining up right now? It looks like we have Ida Kilder against Tiramisu. They're on the notorious RED jammer line, sussing out this pack. Looks like Brawlstars only have 2 right now. Supernovas really need to make this happen.
The Supernovas holding that 4-2 pack advantage, but Ida Kilder being slowed down very well by number 62 in white and purple, Fracture Mechanics, and Fracture pulling her back.
Recycling so good at your house, so bad on the track when you're the jammer.
Those two Brawlstars blockers are Fracture Mechanics and Lethal Bo Peep, both fighting through. Ida Kilder does eventually complete the initial pass.
Looks like Supernovas are the lead jammer.
And Tiramisu not having any luck yet.
She's been stuck. All right, Ida Kilder tiptoes on the inside.
That is a Rattle Skates Grand Slam. 5 points in the air for 99 in green, 811 in white.
And this is really what North Star needs. It looks like Tiramisu is looking to pass the star, but it did not happen. How many more points?
An additional 1 grabbed by Ida. Total of 6. That's going to bring the score 48-15 in another situation where maybe the jam was called off a little early. Tiramisu had never completed the initial pass.
I'm not sure. Maybe they thought that was her, that she was looking to score.
We're going to reset at the notorious RED jammer line. She Coli jamming for the Supernovas, and jamming for the Brawlstars is Leslie Arnaz.
Ann Arbor full strength. North Star has 3 blockers on the track. Ooh, and North Star is able to stretch out the blockers enough and get lead jammer. And that's She Coli looking to score. Oh.
She Coli trying to hop the Apex 886 Strawberries and Scream, bumping her just enough to stop any progress. coli recycling back, sees Leslie Arnaz flying around the turn.
0-0 jam. Didn't happen. Those are the most exciting and sad moments of a jammer's life.
It's one of those situations where close doesn't quite count in the apex jump.
I always tried for the apex jumps when I skated, and failure or not, it was always fun.
Wearing the stars this time, 1300 in green, 22 in white. Their names are Katarina Hitt and Track Magic. You've seen them before. Track Magic picking up lead jammer status once again.
She's coming up already. Katarina Hitt still looking to get through the pack, and she does, just as Track Magic is hitting the pack. And I think she gets 3 and calls it. I could be wrong. Yep, 3 points for the Brawlstars.
It's going to bring the score 51-15. It's a palindrome.
Yeah.
If you play the Derby drinking game, I think that's actually a finish your drink, go to the fridge, get another one.
Really, you have to slam it? I don't do enough Derby drinking.
Well, you know, you could be water.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I just hear drink, and I assume that it has to be alcohol.
And this palindrome brought to you by Rydell Skates. Rydell Skates, unmatched quality, unmatched performance.
Both jammers having a rough time at the notorious RED jammer line, getting off. And there we go. North Star lead jammer for Jack Hill Lope. Bex having a really rough time getting out of the pack right now.
Jack Lope just barely putting one of those wheels down on the inside.
Oh.
That's enough for a track cut call. That is another penalty that Jack Lope's picked up as a jammer.
Going to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Also means it's going to be a full 2-minute jam. Jack Lope losing lead jammer status by going into the penalty box. That leaves Bex as the lone jammer on the track in a socket to me power jam.
Yep, she has power jam, but she's got a lot of blockers to contend with. And they're not letting her get through easily. Oh, she just, oh no, almost through, and she's recycled all the way back.
Slowed down initially by Slash of Vainfoy, then Mythbusty stepping in at the very end to complete the knocking off the track and forcing to recycle back. Jack Lope out of the penalty box, bouncing around on the track. 5 points in the air for Bex. 5 points also picked up by Jack Lope.
Yep, hot on her heels. It's like a couple skate almost.
Bex running into the back of the wall. Jackalope tangling at the front, dealing with the Brawlstars.
Both packs looking fierce. Oh, and Bex finds the hole. 4 points for Bex.
And Jackalope passing the star off to Ida Kilder. Ida holding the star in her hand. She is technically the jammer. She's inactive, however, so
yeah,
this pass through the pack won't add any more points to the North Star total.
She has to get through. Get that panty on and try it again.
It looks like the points are awarded.
Let's see, and that is the bottom of Jam 14. Ann Arbor, 63 points. North Star, 24. And we're lining up for another.
Total result 12-9. The Brawlstars still just they keep opening up a little bit more of a lead.
Katarina Hitt on the jam line, pushing her way through. And Samuel L. Jackson still stuck. Katarina Hitt gets out first. She is your lead jammer for North Star.
Samuel L. Jackson having her hands full with She Coli, Rosalind Shanklin, Giggity Giggity, and Stabby Cat. Katarina Hitt. Katarina Hitt, on the other hand, there's a grand slam, a Rydell Skates grand slam. No, correction, a forearm penalty being assessed to Katarina Hitt.
Oh, and Samuel taking a big slam, hitting the ground, but getting through the pack.
And once again, a full 2-minute jam with the North Star jammer picking up lead jammer and then gaining a penalty, sitting some time in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Which is, you know, it sounds more fun than I'm sure that it is.
unless they've added slot machines since the last game that I was here on the Derby Laces track 2 or track 1, I don't think it's going to be that much fun to sit. It's also only 30 seconds, so even if they have slot machines, you're not going to get a lot of play time.
No, you're not going to win much. And what do you do if you win? Can't take that back on the track with you.
4 points picked up by Samuel L. Jackson on that pass. Katarina hit out of the penalty box now. Gets bounced to the infield. That was by Fracture Mechanics. And Stabby Cat now headed towards the penalty box. Almost like the North Stars want to make sure that everyone spends some time, which is not going to help them in their task trying to take down the lead that the Brawlstars have established.
Well, is that part of like a Minnesota thing? Just everybody gets a fair share?
No, if it was a Minnesota thing, they'd be cutting the penalty box into smaller and smaller pieces until there was nothing left because they didn't want to take the last one.
Right, okay, sure. Looks like we have a panty pass.
That star passed off to She Coli. She Coli about to put the cap on. Jam called off an 8-point net gain for Ann Arbor, 73-26.
Those points are racking up fast for Ann Arbor.
And we've got 8:30 left in the first half between these two teams.
And we've got a 3-on-3 pack. Tiramisu, and we have Ida Killer for the North Star. Supernovas. A little kerfuffle on the notorious RED Jammer line. It's like we've got two separate yet symbiotic packs happening out there.
And a multiplayer block call.
Up at top.
Yeah, multiplayer block against Giggity Giggity allows Tiramisu to spring free. Ida Killer also free of the pack. But again, North Star just penalty trouble. That's been one of the huge things, and specifically jammer penalties. And Tiramisu finds Mythbusty. Mythbusty stands her up, and now Mythbusty's being assessed a forearm call.
Well, I'm not one to argue with the refs unless I'm actually playing, but I don't know if I agree with it. Lining up for another one, because why stop? It looks like North Star only has 2 blockers out there to Ann Arbor's 4. Let's see what can happen.
And your jammers are Leslie Arnaz and She Coli. And She Coli says, I don't need a full pack. I will pick up lead jammer status all on my own.
And that was great. Sometimes that's how it works. I think you get overconfident when you have a full pack. You're like, oh, I got this. No problem.
And the 2 blockers for North Stars are Slash of Vainfoy and Salty Maud doing what they can to hold back Leslie Arnaz. Leslie completing her initial pass. She Coli is on a scoring pass. Trying valiantly to call off the jam.
That was a big call off.
Well, she was trying for at least a good 10 seconds before the refs actually saw her making the signal. She does pick up the 4 points, but a little frustration on Coli's face not getting the jam call off when she wanted it.
That was a big one. That was like a jazz hands call off.
Brings the score of 77-30 with 6.5 to go.
Do that. Looks like Katarina hit for the Supernovas, and we have Track Magic back at it, looking for some magic with her pack. 4-on-4, full strength for both teams. Both trying everything they got, side to side. Katarina hit, getting recycled a little bit, and Track Magic is your lead jammer for the Brawlstars.
And Katarina hit trying to find an opening. Track Magic sneaking around already back in scoring position, knifing through the pack.
That's a Rydell Skates Grand Slam. Katarina hit just looking for someone to move a little bit.
And not getting any help from her teammates either.
It really isn't.
That is a penalty, a back block call against Track Magic. That's going to create an opportunity for Katarina hit. Sakatsuki Power Jam.
Yeah, for sure. Now if Katarina hit can just avoid a few hits and slip through this purple pack, I think she might have it.
Yeah, Katarina needs to get a head of steam up to get the initial pass done. Now, Katarina, the kind of jammer that she is, she might be able to get a couple of quick scoring passes if she can find an opening. But the Brawlstars have been doing a very good job defensively, really stopping any momentum North Stars have been able to gather with their jammers. Katarina Hit now pushing at the front.
Does
complete a scoring pass.
That looks like right out Grand Slam, was it not?
It was indeed 5 points in the air, but a good penalty kill by the Brawlstars. Track Magic already back on the track.
Slip slides through the side.
Track Magic grabs 4 points on that pass. Jam comes, correction, I was hearing and seeing the other whistles. And now a skating out of bounds call being assessed to Track Magic. That's going to return.
Track Magic back to the penalty box. I almost feel like she heard the wrong whistle. It seemed like she just sort of...
It fooled me, and I think it fooled half of the skaters as well, because a lot of people kind of stopped where they were. Katarina Hit still going in a power jam situation. Now the jam expires. 2 more points picked up by Katarina Hit. 3 more for Track Magic. A total net result, 12-11, but Ann Arbor on the top side of that.
Lead, yeah, 89-41. I really think that was a case of mistaken whistles, which, as you were saying before, there is only a curtain dividing the 2 tracks. And you got the other Minnesota team playing on the other track.
Ida Killer finishing off this Sakatumi Power Jam, trying to find an opening, but not having a lot of luck. It's like number 62, Fracture Mechanics, being assessed a penalty for a multiplayer block.
And Ida is your lead jammer, finally getting through that top. Oh my God, and Track Magic is going to the Potawatomi Bingo and Casino penalty box again.
Yeah, forearm call this time. She's in 2 jams. She's picked up 3 penalties. Ida Kilder having an opportunity. The North Stars, this is exactly what they needed. They needed to not go to the penalty box themselves with their jammers, and they needed to have the Brawlstars send their jammer at least once.
Well, it looks like the Brawlstars in general are having some penalty problems right now. Blockers in and out. This might be a case of endurance starting to wear them down a little bit.
Ida Killer skating past, seeing that Track Magic is standing, calls off the jam. 10-point jam for the North Stars, wanting to set up with as much time as possible.
Trying to wear Track Magic down.
Yeah, exactly. And this is not unfamiliar. Yesterday in the game against Brew City, North Star started out down. They clawed their way back into it. They took a lead for a while and held it for most of the second half until that last jam.
Would you in general say that they're a second half team from what you know of them?
Yes and no. It seems to take them a little while to feel out their opponent and figure out exactly what the opponent's going to be doing and how to counteract that. But if they start playing their game as opposed to trying to adapt and play the other team's game, they can start it right away from jam number 1.
For sure.
So far this weekend, though, they've had to respond and absorb a number of body blows.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens with this. Right now it's 89-51. It is still within reach. 2:24 left in the first half.
Completely anyone's game. Brawlstars are going to start down a blocker and down a jammer. And we've got, that's Katarina Hit back out there for the Supernovas. Track Magic went back to the penalty box. And that is where she stands, the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Katarina Hit the lone jammer behind the notorious RED jammer line. We are just about ready to get out of this timeout.
So much good action here on the Derby Laces. Track 1.
And North Star bridging it back well, forcing Track Magic a long way back. Katarina Hit picking up lead jammer status.
Looking good. In position to score, Track Magic just hitting the pack for the very first time. Kind of a over-the-top panty pass.
Now that jammer cap going to Leslie Arnaz, and probably a wise decision. Track Magic, if she did pick up another penalty, that way she wouldn't be going in as the jammer, not putting the North Stars back on another Sakatumi Power Jam. So smart decision.
For sure.
4 points picked up before the jam called off. That's going to make it 89-55. And this next jam brought to you by Sakatumi. Sakatumi sells fun, funky socks, socks with tacos, cupcakes, ninjas, mustaches, unicorns, and other things magical. With over 200 different sock designs, there is something for every personality, from punk rock to peacock and everything in between.
I could go for some pizza socks and some actual pizza. Let's see, we've got Bex jamming for the Brawlstars and Ida Kilder. Both jammers still stuck in the pack. Bex getting recycled back right now. Now it looks like North Star getting recycled. And Bex gets out first.
And
she is your lead jammer.
With this result, there's been a little bit of a momentum swing, which is why we've seen the game start to close back up again. North Star entering this jam had gotten lead jammer status in 7 of the previous 10, make it now 7 of 11. Good play by Bex to find that opening. Ida Killer passing the star off to her pivot. That is number 101, Giggity Giggity.
Giggity looking to get out, and she does, putting the panty on. Bex having a rough time, but she finally finds a little hole on the outside. And she calls it off after getting 5 points. That is a Rydell Skates Grand Slam, is it not?
That is indeed. That brings the score 94-55. Unless someone calls timeout, we don't have enough time for one more jam in this half. It looks like we are bringing it, in fact, to halftime. Once again, the score 94-55. The Brawlstars on top right now. It is still within reach. The North Stars, the big thing they need to focus on is those jammer penalties. You know, they
both teams really they were letting it slip a little bit for the Brawlstars, and that was giving the Supernovas a big opportunity to come back. So I think both teams are looking to stay out of the penalty box, and I think that's really going to decide the victory today.
Yeah, it's been penalties that's really been determining, because neither team really dominating too heavily on the power jam.
Very evenly matched.
But you can't score when your jammer's on the track, and
that's totally true.
We're seeing that North Star has sent a little bit more frequently, especially in the early going. They're starting to claw back in now, and they've been aided by some power jams.
Right.
But it's really going to come down to just keeping a clean game in the second half for both of these teams to decide, what the final result's going to be.
Right.
We'll be back for the second half of action in just about 9 minutes, so stick around right here. And you're watching Midwest Brouhaha 2015.
2015, track 1. Derby.
Welcome back. We are just about underway with the second half of action between the North Star Roller Girls and the Ann Arbor Derby Dimes. The Brawlstars, the Supernovas, 94-55 is the score at the half. Statistics-wise, you look at the lead scorer in the game. It's Bex. Bex has 44 points. She picked up a 23-point jam, and that was really what set the game up as it is right now. Behind Bex is Samuel L. Jackson with 18, 15 for Track Magic. On the North Star side, Ida Kilder with only 20 as the lead scorer. Katarina Hitt 1 point behind her with 19. She Kolai with 11. The score difference is 39, which is about where it was after the 23-point jam by Bex. So it's been good kind of holding serve.
They've been holding it. You know, I felt a little bit of a momentum shift there for a while for North Star. I really thought it was going to happen. It still could. It's anybody's game, but I think that we've just seen a lot of solid defense by Ann Arbor, and we've also seen slightly more penalties on the North Star side. Yeah,
exactly. The Brawlstars doing a good job defensively, making sure that those North Star jammers can't get through. Yeah. You mentioned penalties. Track Magic is the only skater that's got more than 3. She's sitting with 4. Lucille Baller with 3. On the North Star side, Jackalope, Stabby Cat, and Mythbusty all with 3. But Track Magic and Jackalope are the two most important to watch on this because they've both been jamming. So those are two skaters that neither team really wants to lose.
Right. I think Track Magic had at least 3 of those penalties in one jam.
Yeah, correct. Actually, 2 back overlap because she was stuck in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box, so had to start the very next jam. Actually, did 3 jams in a row because of those penalties, and that's a dangerous thing. Something she's got to have to watch out for.
Yeah, she's going to have to tone it down a little bit and just think a little bit more heads-up playing. There was definitely that instance when there were whistles from the other side, and I think it confused everybody, including her, and sent her back to the penalty box. Starting out the second half, we've got Leslie Arnez for the Brawlstars, and we have Ida Kilder for the Supernovas. Looks like Leslie Arnez is tiptoeing on the inside and is your lead jammer. Ida Kilder's having a little trouble at the back. She's getting recycled.
Well, one thing that may be coming into play as well is we mentioned at the start of the broadcast about how the Brawlstars playing their second game today. They might be the ones to suffer a little bit from fatigue. It actually looks like they've gotten stronger as the day's gone on.
It's true.
The Supernovas seem to be having a little bit of an energy issue.
Well, I think that, sometimes it has to do with just winning, Maybe if Ann Arbor had lost this morning, they would be feeling a little bit more fatigued, but a big win like that really can set you up, Really can set you up for some success. Oh, no, it looks like North Star, Ida Kilder going to the penalty box. I didn't see the penalty on that one. Ann Arbor coming through. Leslie Arnez, that must be a 5-point Rydell Grand Slam.
Rydell skates Grand Slam, 15 points thus far, and Giggity sitting in the penalty box after that star pass. That's not going to help North Star. Giggity is now standing. She's got fewer than 10 seconds left, but she's going to have to wait at least 30 before she gets back in. Jam over, an 18-point jam. That brings the score 112-55. Ann Arbor pulling away. They've now doubled up on North Star.
North Star, I feel like, needs to just pull it together and shut it down. Really work on some heads-up defense, because that's all they have right now. No jammer on the track. They've got to play 100%. Kill that jammer. Hold her in. Can they do it? Working on holding her back. Bex is the jammer for Ann Arbor, having some problems.
Now Bex keep consistently finding She Kolai and Slash of Vain for you. Also part of that wall is Misa Ornery and Salty Maud. And Giggity out of the penalty box. Star is passed to She Kolai right away.
Bex managed to slip over to the outside and get around, and she is coming around now for a scoring pass. She Kolai putting on the Star.
Yeah, North Star basically passing the Star right away, ceding any ability to gain lead jammer status.
Yeah.
But Kolai able to force the issue. 1 point, the loneliest number of points you could ever score.
So lonely. 1 point.
I mean,
Looks like we've
2 could be as sad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1, but we've only had 1 point scored. 113 to 55, 27 minutes left in the half.
As long as the other team always gets 0, your 1 point seems pretty remarkable. Got 2 jammers on the notorious RED jam line. Is that Katarina Hitt and Samuel L. Jackson?
Is indeed Katarina Hitt trying to push through the middle. It's like a multiplayer block
L.
call.
Jackson, hold on to your butts. She's trying to scoot through on the inside.
Yeah, multiplayer block call being assessed to Gigi Wiz, and Samuel L. Jackson being assessed a penalty for a back block. That opens up a door for North Star. A little bit of light trickling in, but they need a big jam, and they haven't been able to solve the Brawlstars defense enough to get more than...
Katarina Hitt really not wanting to be recycled right now.
Yeah, the highest point scoring jam of any North Star jam so far has been 11 points. And, you know, chipping away is going to help, but they're starting to have to think about the clock as well.
And Katarina Hitt is finally through for that one. Samuel L. Jackson is holding on to her butt in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Katarina Hitt finding an inside seam, trying to dance along the inside line. Calling out the jam, 3 points picked up. Samuel L. Jackson released from the penalty box, so we're going to start out with both jammers back on the track on the notorious RED jam line. Both these teams...
Looks like full strength. No, 1 down for Ann Arbor, 3 on 4.
Both these teams gunning for the WFTDA playoffs, looking to get at least into that Division II, if not better. And the 2015 International WFTDA playoffs are fast approaching. Watch the best teams in the world compete for the glory of the Hydra. Mark your calendars because brackets and teams will be announced July 15th at WFTDA.com. That is a little over a month away.
Always exciting. It's hard to wait, you know, now that it is, you're not necessarily sure where you're going to play. So it's an exciting day for all the teams. It looks like Tiramisu is your lead jammer for Ann Arbor, signaling to her team, trying to get through this wall of North Star, and calls it off before North Star can hit the back of the pack.
And Tiramisu
like
picking up 2.
Yep.
But calling it off before Ida Kilder can grab any points.
She either picked up 2 points or the ref is just saying peace.
Looks like we're going to line up again at the notorious RED jammer line. We've got Katarina Hitt jamming against Leslie Arnaz.
All the jammers on both teams just really solidly athletic. Good at the juking and jiving and the pushing and the taking the hits.
Leslie Arnaz pulling her way, swimming through the Supernovas wall, picking up lead jammer status. Katarina Hitt, 1 left to beat to complete her pass.
Leslie Arnaz looking to score, hitting the back of the pack, looking for the inside, and she finds it, and she calls it off.
A little bit of clock maintenance being done by the Brawlstars as well.
Nice, smart heads-up jamming.
It's going to make the score 119 to 58, 23-30 left in the game.
North Star needs to capitalize on some jams here. Really put some more points on the board. As evenly matched as they seem, North Star just can't seem to put as many points up there.
We want to thank our sponsor, Turnaround Skates, your source for roller derby skates, protective gear, and apparel. They are the official skate tech of the tournament and offer wheel regrooving, bearing cleaning, skate repairs.
Yeah, they're over here right on our track. Track 1 of the Derby Laces tracks. Right in the corner, they will help you if you have some problems. And let's see. Looks like Bex is getting recycled to the back of the pack, and it looks like we have Ida Kilder getting stuck on that first turn. Big wall of purple.
Giggity Giggity was up to try and help her out.
Split up. Looks like she's getting a little bit of help from her team.
Salty Maud has stepped forward.
And Bex manages to tiptoe on the inside line.
But good defense by both teams. It took 45 seconds before either jammer was free of the pack. Ida Kilder showing some exasperation because she's being assessed a track cut penalty.
Well, you know what that means. It means that Bex is on a Sakatumi Power Jam, and it looks like she just got RIL Skates Grand Slam. She's definitely your high scorer this game. Bex now at 50 points. That's impressive.
And the Brawlstars doing a good job slowing the pack down, allowing Bex to catch up very quickly. And it could very quickly get to a point where the North Stars could find themselves unable to catch up the way that this game's been going.
Another 5 for Bex. That's impressive. 55 points for the whole game so far. I think I've gone whole seasons without 55 points, so that is wonderful. And that brings Ann Arbor to 129, North Star 58. What would you do if you were on the bench right now? What would you say to inspire North Star?
Well, I think at this point, North Star, they need to calm down. They need to play their game. They're allowing the Brawlstars to dictate how this game is going. They're not playing their style, and because they're getting spread out as a wall, they're not playing as a unit.
Right.
The Brawlstars are finding those openings, finding those seams. Meanwhile, the Brawlstars defense, they're honing in. They're pinching off the North Star jammer very, very well. Jackalope trying to slow down Samuel L. Jackson, unable to do so. That is a lead jam once again for Ann Arbor. They're on a 4-jam streak.
Yeah, they really are. Ida Kilder having some problems getting it through. Samuel finding a 3-wall of green and managing to tiptoe. Oh, but she gets was that a
forearm call being assessed against Samuel L. Jackson? It creates an opportunity for Ida Kilder that is quickly erased as another track cut gathered up by Ida Kilder.
Oh, no. She almost had a Sakatumi Power Jam, but now Samuel L. Jackson's got a Sakatumi Power Jam.
It'll be very short-lived as Ida Kilder will serve the exact same amount of time. Samuel L. Jackson back on the track and in scoring position. Ida Kilder still needing to complete her initial pass, leaving the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box, coming up around towards turn number 3 and the imposing Brawlstars defense.
Supernovas with a 2-wall, but Samuel L. gets through.
Dancing on the outside line, 5 points, a Rydell Skates Grand Slam picked up by Samuel L. Jackson, number 404 in white.
None of these points are coming easy to either team, I have to say. Oh, all right. And Ida Kilder tiptoes. Looked like she was checking her skates just to make sure she was still on the track, and she was. She finally got through.
Well, and Ida Kilder's been victimized by a couple of those so very close.
Right. She does not look happy right now.
Another 3 points gathered up. That's going to make this go 137 to 58. Timeout by North Star.
I think that's smart. I think North Star does need a timeout. I think if they're going to turn this around, they've got to do it right now. There's 19 minutes left. If they're going to come back from that much of a deficit, I think this is the time.
Yeah, they're down by 79. There is still time for them to make up that difference, but they need some big jams, and they need them in the next couple of jams.
They really do.
Well, this timeout brought to you by Derby Laces. We are on the Derby Laces track number 1. And Derby Laces, say goodbye to untied skate laces. Derby Laces, stay tied tight when you want them. Get yours at derbylaces.com and check out their new Spark Metallic skate laces. Super strong and super shiny. And who doesn't love shiny laces on their skates?
Yeah, I don't know anyone.
Also, you've been watching all weekend here. We want to give a big thank you to Hinckley Productions. They've been a friend to Derby since 2008, providing live video production services and bringing you this live broadcast of Brouhaha absolutely free of charge. If you want to throw something out at them, help them out a little bit, support their free streaming of Derby with your DVD purchase. Watch any of these bouts from this weekend all over again. You can buy those at hinkleyproductions.com/Brouhaha.
It's a great investment. I have to say that you learn so much from watching other games, being able to watch recent games of opponents that you're going to play soon. Tiramisu looks like she was trying to go through, but I saw that track cut from over here. She will be going to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box, where it is no fun.
That is going to put Katarina Hit on a Sakatsumi power jam, but as we've seen before, the Brawlstars penalty kill really stifling the Supernovas jammers. Slash of Aim for You coming around trying to create an opening, but Katarina Hit, not knowing where her blocker was, didn't find the opening that was created.
I also saw, I think, a toe stop malfunction. I don't know. Something rolled into the middle of the track.
Slash of Aim for You had actually pushed the entire pack to the inside. Part of that pack at that point, however, included Katarina Hit. Katarina not aware of where Slasha was to push the wall.
Katarina, though, able to put some points on the board so far, and another 5.
And a quick call off of the jam before we could see
Is that
Tiramisu.
Two Rydell Grand Slams?
Correct, and that puts it a score of 10-0 in that jam. Score getting a little bit tighter still, not any sort of discomfort for Ann Arbor, but 137-68. 17:30 left to go, and that was one of the things that North Star needed if they want to get back in the game.
It looks like Katarina Hit now your lead point scorer for the Supernovas with 32 points for this game. Oh, and another quick Jack Killo out for the Supernovas, super fast, gets lead jammer, and is already back and ready to score. Can she do it? It looks like she probably can. If she can get through these two ladies in purple.
I mean, while Leslie Arnaz.
She does a natural Rydell Grand Slam. Leslie Arnaz, oh no, is she going to the box?
Well, Jackalope picking up a back block call. Leslie Arnaz had passed the star to Slamlet. Slamlet is the one who gathered up the Grand Slam, the Rydell Skates Grand Slam. 5 points gathered by Ann Arbor at this point. And Slamlet, to be or not to be, it is in fact to be another 5-point Rydell Skates Grand Slam. 5-point scoring pass. That erases the 10 points gathered up by Katarina Hit in the last jam.
True. North Star 68, Ann Arbor 147.
And Slamlet's not done. Another 5-point scoring pass.
Michigan looking fierce, but it looks like Jack Killo fiery out of the box, but is getting recycled back.
And Jack pushed just to the infield, forced to recycle back behind Leslie Arnaz. Gets tangled up, and a late attempt by Fracture Mechanics, not able to completely stifle her. 4 points gathered by Jackalope. But Slamlet already back in scoring position once again. We've seen the pack pretty much stay stationary at the apex between turns 3 and 4. A direction of play penalty being assessed to Rosalind Shanklin. That creates an opportunity for Slamlet to sneak through. Another 4 points gathered by the Brawlstars. Forearm picked up by Leslie Arnaz.
She shook that off. She just sort of shrugged, like, it was worth it. I like going to the Potawatomi.
Fracture Mechanics trying, and Jackalope is assessed at the end a track cut penalty.
I don't know.
Literally the worst thing that could happen to the North Stars' hopes in this game at this point.
I agree.
Yeah, and Jackalope never was really under control after that.
That's true. I feel like the door is shutting for North Star. Unless a huge momentum change.
22 points gathered up by Slamlet, and Jackalope only picking up 7, so 159-75, just under 15 to go, and a power jam.
Her 5th penalty. Beck's taking a big hit to the outside.
Now Shikola that delivered the hit, and Shikola into the penalty box. Jurisprudence, the lone blocker for the Supernovas. Bex gets through, gathers up the jammer status.
Got a rotating door of blockers going in the box for the Supernovas right now, while Bex is trying her darndest to get through here. But having a rough time, even with just 2 blockers. Jack Killo out of the penalty box, looking for just a little bit of room to get through.
And
oh, gosh.
Bex jumping over a little bit of the corner. Picks up a 4-point pass. And again, the Supernovas with only 2 blockers on the track right now. Those 2 are Gigi Wiz and Jurisprudence. They've regained the services of She Coli, but another 5-point scoring pass gathered up by Bex. Jackalope out of the penalty box, has not completed her initial pass. the Brawlstars just pulling away. They've almost taken a 100-point lead, and with this pass, Bex is going to complete that. Another 5 points. Jackalope was out looking to grab a few points for the score.
103-point lead for Ann Arbor right now.
The last two jams, 23 and then 19, compared to only 7 scored by North Star, 178 to 75. Far and away the largest lead of the game, or correction, 177-75.
Oh, 177.
13 minutes left, and now the clock just as much an opponent, but North Star needs to figure out the Brawlstars wall. Brawlstars need to keep doing what they're doing. They've been solid.
Brawlstars looking good. Bex adding to her jammer points for this game. She is up to 73 just for this one game. Everyone's looking good. Looks like we've got a Brawlstar going to the penalty box.
Indeed, that is Lucille Baller on her way in. That's her 4th trip into the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
She's been balling, though, I have to say. She's definitely not an opponent that I would want to face.
Ida Kilder up front, already in scoring position. Samuel L. Jackson has taken the jammer cap off, holding it in her hands right now.
Yeah.
Not sure if she's looking for her pivot or if it's a jammer, a star stash to try and fool the North Stars and disguise what's happening. Sometimes that strategy works. We've been seeing it a lot this weekend, actually, where the jammers have just pocketed the star for a little bit to keep the others from seeing. Ida Killer fights through, grabs 5 points. That is a Ride All Skates Grand Slam for the Supernovas and an illegal procedure.
Going to the box.
Did not see it, but my best guess would be that it was an invalid star pass at the time. She did go in. She was also still the jammer, so that's going to put Ida Kilder on a power jam, a socket 2-meet power jam. Ida Kilder blocked up high by Lucille Baller. It's going to send Baller into the penalty box for her 5th trip. Ida Kilder another 5-point pass. 10 points total for the North Stars. Trying to chip back into this.
Chipping away.
It's 177-85, and it's starting to get to a point where 10 points per jam just isn't going to quite cut it.
Right.
But we're going to start She Coli on the Notorious RED jam line.
Yes.
And 404, Samuel L. Jackson will be starting in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
North Stars pulling back, trying to split the pack right away.
Coli was almost free of the pack, but a good placement.
To the outside.
Michelle Obama with good placement to push Coli to the outfield.
She definitely bombed her. Can she get through first? I feel like now it's a matter of honor. Samuel L. There are no snakes on her plane. She is through.
And Jackie O'Bash is being sent to the penalty box on a forearm call. Might have been a smart forearm to take because it slowed down She Coli enough that it allowed Samuel L. Jackson to get through and pick up lead jammer status. Otherwise, Coli was about to spring free, and we might have seen a little bit of a difference, but 0-0, no points being awarded on that jam.
Let's give a shout out to Field 59. Field 59 video platform is powered the live streaming technology behind the 2014 Roller Derby World Cup in Dallas, and now powers the live stream for the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. Power jam your derby bouts with Field 59's video solutions. Looks like we've got Katarina Hit jamming for North Star against Tiramisu. No one out yet for lead jammer.
Supernovas holding the front of the pack. Brawlstars at the back of the pack. Katarina Hit bounced with a hip, big hip delivered by Fracture Mechanics. Fracture Mechanics has had a great game as a blocker, and it's often been that last line of defense, perfect timing for a hit.
Right. Tiramisu manages to get out front first, and she's your lead jammer. Looks like Katarina Hit having some problems here. Really trying to speed up the game so she can edge through, and she does.
Tiramisu actually forcing her way, just kind of throwing Pop Roxy out of the way. That was another one of those moments where it could have been potentially seen as a forearm, was not determined to be so. and Tiramisu grabbing 3 points. It's that quick shove that it's a questionable thing. We've been seeing it all weekend long. Some officials are going to call that as a forearm penalty, some aren't. This crew decided that they were going to let that happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that kind of action probably should be let go a little more often. It gets a little more action on the track, a little more activity, and it makes the game a little more exciting when you're seeing, you know, not just trying to move with your feet, but using that extra leverage. So we got a score of 180 to 85.
Oops, and an official timeout.
Ann Arbor on top right now with that 180 to 85 score. 8 minutes, 4 seconds left.
Whenever you see an official on the pivot line, that is not anyone showing off their muscles. They're saying it's an official timeout.
It appears to be they're checking to make sure that everyone's got the right penalties assessed to them as it is. Want to get everything cleared because, you know, obviously if someone gets
especially
7.
Especially as they're racking them up right now.
Yeah, if anyone gets 7, they've fouled out of the game. And it doesn't look from what we see that anyone's close, but the officials want to make sure, and they just want to do that double checking.
Definitely, definitely.
And speaking of penalties and playing maybe a little bit dirty, Notorious RED. Smell clean even if you play dirty.
Yeah.
It's available here at Brawlhaha. Also, you can get it online at notoriousred.com.
There's definitely some people I'm going to send over there.
And that stuff, that works amazingly well.
Right.
I'm always surprised at just how well some of these things work. Notorious RED, the best one that I've seen. So buy some. If you're in Milwaukee, come down to UW Panther Arena. Get some from the Derby for All booth. If you're not here, order it from notoriousred.com.
Maybe you don't even play Derby. Maybe it's for your soccer gear. The Women's World Cup is on right now. Maybe you get a little stinky with your shin guards. All of this will help.
Exactly.
Hockey player. Doesn't just have to be for Derby.
We cannot endorse it enough. We can't endorse any of our sponsors enough. Speaking of another of our sponsors, Classic Slice Pizza. Classic Slice Pizza is your friendly neighborhood roller girl-owned pizzeria, serving up huge slices,
really good.
salads, desserts, and apps made from scratch, specializing in vegetarian and vegan items, and the best gluten-free crust in the city. Classic Slice Pizza has been a proud Brew City Bruisers sponsor from the very beginning.
That's true.
If you're in Milwaukee, stop by this weekend. Get yourself a slice, a $2 tall boy.
That's a deal.
It's in the Bayview area, open till midnight. If you're not in Milwaukee, you might be able to order it online from them, have them ship it via UPS.
Yeah.
I don't recommend eating the pizza when it shows up, but you're supporting the Derby community when you're buying Classic Slice Pizza.
Yes.
The tall boy will still taste the same when it arrives.
That's true. That you can ship. We were right. They are sorting out penalties. You know, Classic Slice gave refs a bunch of coupons, so I bet there's a lot of mass exodus of refs randomly heading down to Classic Slice to get a free slice.
In which case, if that's happening, we love and respect the refs. They need their private time.
They do.
Maybe wait until a little bit later at night to go down the Classic Slice. Let the refs have their private time because they need to get everything sorted out. They've had a long weekend.
They do.
There's another full day of Derby action tomorrow. Plus, we've got more bouts coming up today.
Yeah.
Including Gotham and Tampa. That is the finale of
really
day
great.
2. That'll be happening over on the Derby Laces track number 2 later tonight.
I'll be done at that point, and I will be watching that game, and I will be enjoying a tall boy of some sort that they have here. Whatever beer, I'm not sure, but I'm going to be having one to watch that game.
And keep in mind, as you're watching all weekend long, hashtag BrewHaha2015. Send your pictures, send your tweets, send us your information via Facebook about what you're doing at BrewHaha2015. Send a shout out to your favorite skater. Send a shout out to your favorite official.
Send a calzone.
If you see someone in the audience and you want to say hi to them, do it with BrewHaha2015 as your hashtag. Let's see if we can get this trending worldwide.
Oh, they're back. Look at this. I think the penalties have been all sorted out. I don't think anyone is ejected.
Nobody has fouled out. Looks like there actually was a possible change of one person losing one penalty off their board, but still nobody in any severe danger. especially with the time that's remaining. Leslie Arnaz, lead jammer.
And it looks like Ida Kilder having a rough time at the back of the pack. Leslie Arnaz coming around again, looking to score already. Well, Ida's still stuck in the pack. Oh, there's nothing more infuriating as a jammer.
Ida's been a frequent jammer for the North Stars, and she's only picked up lead jammer 3 times so far in this game.
It's hard being a workhorse, but she's finally through now. But not before not before Leslie Arnaz has gotten through on 2 scoring passes, and she will call it off. Again, not what North Star needs.
Well, that's been the story of the game is North Star, when they've gotten scoring, they haven't been able to do it in bunches. And the Brawlstars, and they've got multiple 15-point plus jams, and that's just not something North Star's been able to do. Again, looking back through my unofficial stats, and the largest single jam for any North Star was an 11-point jam. And I'm seeing...
and there's like 20-point jams for the Brawlstars easily.
I'm seeing at least 4, if not 5, 15-point plus jams that the Brawlstars have been able to do. It's just that defense is locked down. The North Star jammers haven't been able to find an opening. Beck's finding an opening there for herself.
Lead jammer again for Beck. She is on it today. She's already has 73 points for this game alone, and she is going to score some more. Add to her lead for this bout and calls it off. I believe she got 3, if not 4. 3 points for Bex. And 0 for North Star.
Just going to extend the lead 192 to 85.
If you're having problems keeping your skates together, you might want to check out Bruce Skate Nooses. They are the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder. And we've got Slamuel L. Jackson on the notorious RED pivot or jammer line, with Ida Kilder again. Ida is she is taking a licking, but she keeps coming back for more. And Slamuel L. is out first. She is your lead jammer.
And that makes 5 jams in a row that the Brawlstars have picked up lead jammer status. Slamuel L. Jackson in scoring position already. Ida Kilder back out in the open, looking to gather some points of her own. Unable to do so for Slamuel L. Calls off the jam. 2 more.
Ann Arbor just really shutting down North Star right now. Getting the lead, getting a couple points, calling it off. Not even letting North Star put another one on the board.
Well, again, one of the things we talked about is with the ranking system and point differential and how much that plays into it. And Ann Arbor right now looking to make sure that they get the point differential in their favor, holding 194 to 85 the score.
Yeah, this is some thinking man's derby for sure, thinking person's derby. Ann Arbor just really, I feel like, aware of when they need to call it off, aware of the time, aware of how many points they have. Just doing a great job. And the Supernovas are just falling a little bit short, having more penalty problems and definitely having more problems with the defense. But it looks like Tiramisu is lead jammer for the Brawlstars, but She Coli hot on her tail. Let's see if she can get a point. Nope, again. Ann Arbor shutting them down.
Locked out once again, and looks like the Ann Arbor jam ref actually asking for a little assistance from his outside pack refs. Or just wanting to make sure he's got everything, and he's now asking for an official timeout.
Oh, and another official timeout.
And looks like he's actually assessing a skating out of bounds penalty to Tiramisu.
Skating out of bounds for Tiramisu. She will take a seat in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. Oh, well, that's not good. Well,
it's one of those situations. That's, again, a judgment call. The jammer can be attempting to call off the jam, and they may think that the jam ref is looking at them, so they may head and stray out of bounds.
Right.
But if the jam ref doesn't see it until after they're already off the track, they'll usually end up with a skating out of bounds penalty being assessed. That's going to put North Star on a power jam.
Yeah, high scorer, Katarina Hit. looking to get through, and she does. Lead jammer tiptoes on the inside line, and she will be back in a second here to try to pick up some points.
At this point, the North Star is just looking to cut the differential down as much as possible.
Points. By my count, she had most of them, just needed one more. But she still gets recycled. Try it again. Sometimes you just need to reassess.
And Katarina being bounced off of each and every one of the Brawlstars. No pack situation declared.
No pack.
They give that does force track magic to step back. Katarina Hit finally fighting through. That is a 5-point scoring pass.
Well, she is on a Sakatumi power jam. Oh, no. I take that back. Tiramisu is back in already.
Again, the penalty kill of Ann Arbor really stifling any sort of momentum the North Star Jammers can pick up. Katarina Hit calling off the jam does pick up 2 more points. That's going to make the score at 94 to 195. Very impressive penalty kill. We now are under 3 minutes left to go.
Only 3 minutes left.
And Leslie Arnaz stepping to the jam line, the notorious RED jam line, and guess who in green, number 99, back on the track. Ida Kilder.
She just is, she likes it. She's like, I will get through this time, and I don't mind being hit mercilessly over and over and over again. I will try to get through this back.
This is the 17th jam that Ida Kilder's been out on the track. Leslie Arnaz picking up a forearm call.
Ooh, and she will head to the box.
The door slightly open for the North Stars, not to come back and pull this off, but
maybe
to
just
minimize the
points.
Damage.
Yeah, damage control at this point.
And close the gap, but Ida Kilder.
Oh my gosh, she is using everything she can. It's literally 3-on-1, and they are holding hands.
And her wall is not helping her at all. Her blockers are standing back.
Right. When the blockers hold their hands like that and form that kind of a wall.
Now, and again, a situation where no pack was declared, but
I'd be angry about that. I would be too.
The jammer still being held back with no call being assessed initially. Ida Kilder does complete for lead jammer status. Leslie Arnaz also completing her initial pass. Ida Kilder grabs 4 points, going to call off the jam with those 4 points.
Calls it off angrily.
Able to cut the Ann Arbor lead under 100 to 99. It is 96 for
96, 195. Looks like we might get one more jam. Katarina Hit back on the line for North Star. Looking to add to some points for North Star and her own personal.
Yeah, the difficulty is going to
point scorer today.
The difficulty in this jam is going to be she's going up against Bex, who has been flawless in the second half, snagging lead jam every single time and extending her own lead on everyone else on how many points scored.
She is a tiny force to be reckoned with out there.
And Katarina Hit is out first, does pick up lead jammer status.
Bex is hot on her heels though.
Katarina going to call off the jam. She just sensed what was about to happen.
She says they're not scoring any more points. And a timeout being called by North Star. Is that what I saw? Yep.
That timeout called by North Star. They want to, again, close that gap. They know that point differential comes into play.
Let's get some, you know.
They're staring at a deficit of 99 points. They'd like to at least cut it down so they're no longer down by more, that it's no longer a Ann Arbor doubling up situation.
Right. Well, it looks like Leslie Arnaz and Ida Kilder. Is that really her out there again?
That is
she
indeed.
Just can't get enough. She's going to get more points.
And we've got 17 seconds left on the period clock. We could have up to 1 minute and 43 seconds of bonus derby. It really all depends on who picks up lead jammer status. And the way that things have been looking, the odds are in favor of Leslie Arnaz picking it up. Ida Kilder's not had a lot of luck.
All right. We just have word the photo booth is available upstairs. I know it's been going on 3:30. to 5:30. Not that you guys care, but if you were here, you would want to head up to the photo booth.
Ida Killer trying to push through, and Leslie Arnaz, one left to beat that sheet caller. Leslie Arnaz picking up lead jammer status. That is going to be all she wrote. All that remains to be seen is whether or not Leslie Arnaz decides to make the damage a little bit worse and gather up some points. Looks like she's going to gain at least one scoring pass. Ida Kilder out of the pack. Fraction Mechanics gathering up a forearm penalty. Leslie Arnaz snags 4 points, calls off the jam. That is going to do it for the action between these two teams.
Unofficial final, 199 to 96.
Yeah,
that was an intense game. Every single one of those points was hard fought for.
Hard fought. Ann Arbor had a couple of big jams. North Star never really did have a big jam. It was defense, specifically defense. Ann Arbor, their wall was just impressive all game long. The North Star Jammers never had an answer for it.
Yeah.
And
there was never that OTE.
Right, and the North Star wall, there was just enough of an opening, and Ann Arbor just exploited it left and right.
They really did.
You gave an inch, and it led to a 5-point pass.
Yeah, exactly. They really could capitalize on every single hole that they found, every single opposing jammer in the penalty box.
Yeah, exactly. And
they just ran away with it.
And if you gave a half an inch, the way this game was going, it ended up with someone going into the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
For sure.
Well, stick around to here all weekend at Midwest Brouhaha 2015, watching on the stream. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Wilhelm Scream.
And I am NBD. Thanks for being here with us. Wish you were here in person, but if not, thanks to Hinckley and Field 59. So you can see this at your house.
There'll be more Derby action coming up in just a little bit.
So soon. All right.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The RFit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland Dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland Dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, derby at 6. Come for derby, stay for fireworks. Find the derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our RFit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the RFit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland Dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland Dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, derby at 6. Come for derby, stay for fireworks. Find the derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our R-Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the R-Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland Dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland Dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, derby at 6. Come for derby, stay for fireworks. Find the derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality